Omar Gooding is trying to get into a rap battle with Cameron. Why are we 40 and fighting? 50 and fighting. 50 and fighting. Y'all, we need to be worrying about our blood pressure at this age, not going back and forth. What the hell y'all even arguing about? Which vitamin gummy tastes better? That's the only thing y'all should be worrying about at this age, at our age. Y'all gonna start looking like Nicki Minaj's husband, old and foolish. The Valley's Aaron Nosler mocks breakup with Michelle as he celebrates National Ex-Girlfriend Day and posts shirtless selfies. I couldn't stand her ass. No way. That's what you get, heifer. That's what you get. He came on this show for full free press and promotion. There's just something about her that is so unlikable. And you couldn't beat this information out of me news. Telly Mellencamp gave an interview and she spoke on having to beg Edwin to stay after he cheated, and she thought that her karma was cancer for her affair with the Horseman. Girl, you said your husband cheated on you with a friend, so you cheated back. You was in a loveless relationship. We also saw him not stick by your ass and the divorce was still on. You don't have to embarrass yourself further. I guess this proves you aren't going on Housewives of Beverly Hills, and this was an actual plot line. But I guess you only want to come on television when you can give us absolutely nothing. I have a question. I wonder if all of this goodwill sentiment toward Carol Radziwill having her on Watch What Happens Live and Andy kissing the ring and whatnot is to bring her back to anchor Real Housewives of New York with a little old and a little new. Because Carol is the one that's like not problematic. Like the rest of them, you know, they got a little racial twinge. But Carol was on the right side of history. I could see her being an anchor for Housewives of New York because they need somebody. They need a mix of old and new like they have on Atlanta. I could see Carol and Dorinda.
Meredith Marks says Real Housewives of Salt Lake City has spread several lies about her, and she teases very crazy season 6. She did not engage.
I mean, you gave us Bubkiss last season, so I'm not surprised people tried to spread lies about you. They're trying to make you more interesting than you actually are. Bravo's holding on to you like a bird with a dead fish. I don't know why, it sure stinks to me, but the bird likes it. Mingli, you starting to look like Shamia Morton. This heifer issued a second apology to Jackie Christie and urges Chantel to take accountability for the family fisticuffs. Jackie is who got us here. Jackie is the mother. Yes, Chantel is grown, but let's not act like this is a deeply dysfunctional relationship. Jackie had been praying to whoop that ass. She had been praying for an excuse, so I'm sorry. You're both guilty. And the fact that both of you did this shit on national television, embarrassed isn't even the word. Raven Simonier, that's what she said, Simonier, says that her ex-boyfriend cheated and impregnated another woman and then asked you to be the godmother. He knew you didn't like men. He knew you didn't like men. He could tell by the way you dealt with his genitalia, probably. He was giving it the Dildor treatment. He was like, she don't like men. This ain't going nowhere. He wasn't cheating. He was moving on. That's why he asked you to be the godmother. Because he's like, who better for a godmother than a lesbian? Than a bald lesbian. That's a lesbian that always keep a check. That's a lesbian you can count on. So he knew. He was like, penis ain't for you. It's okay. Let's talk about girl. August is his month for a hard rebrand. He said, bump this bullshit. I'm coming back. And honestly, because Diddy did it, he's like, I ain't whoop nobody's ass. You know, nobody got hurt. Some money got wasted. I paid my due. I'm coming back. With Diddy having done what he did, It pales in comparison. And he's not going to bring it up, but he's going to have the media bring it up. He's no Diddy. I can't believe it. He is going to be on the Netflix documentary that's supposedly, shedding some doubt on the government's case. And then, where are the white men? If they have the white men, now if they got them pink toes that fess and say because of the statute of limitations, I can speak on it now, I'm all ears. If y'all found the pink toes, the hunkies. But other than that, it's going to be a stretch for me. But he's also going to be on that Special Forces show with Teresa and Gia from Jersey and Next Gen NYC. The Hefty Heffa from the Valley is going to be there, and some other people we kind of know from Bravo. So I'll be tuning in. I will be tuning in. The fact that he's going on this boot camp ass show means he wants to get in our good graces bad. He wants to get known again, get his name on our lips again. Now that and then show off the husband. I'm married now. Girl, this is a hard relaunch. On the heels of Diddy's vindication, he's like, you know what? They letting black men slide. Let me slide. Ooh. Are we going to let him slide? Are we going to maybe not forget, but forgive and let him back onto our television screens? I mean, an actor is a liar, so he's still doing the same thing. Are we ready to forgive? I will never stop bringing it up, but let the man work. Let the man twerk. And speaking of whom we may need to stop working, Damon Dash calls his new artist Nicky Licky the white and lesbian version of Aaliyah. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's got to be a lot of things. My God. That's not even funny. But you wanted to marry Aaliyah as underage as she was. How do you have a new artist? Where are you getting money to develop anybody from? Your daughter just got put out in the street. Priorities, fool. Priorities. And speaking of priorities, Chad Ochocinco devastated as Claire's files for bankruptcy because he famously wore Claire's jewelry because he was like, I'm putting my money in the bank. I'm always going to be rich. And he is awful but rich. Awful but rich. Las Vegas sees drop in tourism with inflation and political uncertainty cited as key factors. The people that bought Vegas don't get, Vegas don't run off of corporate. Vegas ran off of the mob. That's what made Vegas famous. And the mob knew you can't take everything off the table. You got to let it be a compromise. The compromise was you come here and gamble. You know the house always wins. You know the house always wins, but you have fun playing. We give you a discount on everything else so while you come here and lose money. So let's say we don't make 300% profits on the stake. We only make 100% profit. We're still cleaning up, and then you've got more money to gamble with, which is pure profit. Y'all put fees on everything, resort fees, parking fees. It used to be affordable luxury where you could go with $300 and a dream and make a fun weekend happen, and you didn't have to be rich. Now, unless you're a high roller, there are other things that you can do for the money. Vegas used to entertain you, not anymore. And the idiots that voted for you-know-who, whose income depends on tourism, they don't understand the rest of the world that's traveling here with money to spend. They have left-leaning values. They don't want to go to countries that remind them of places that their country used to be like, if we're talking about Europeans. Remember, Europeans, they had to deal with some schisms, didn't they now? On their own turf. So they don't want to relive that. You know, they don't want to be reminded of past poor choices. They don't. They don't. They're not coming here to spend good money for that. They came here, people came here because they liked Americans, because we were the giving. We were trying to fight against racism. We had the black president. We were trying to move forward. That's what they liked about us. Now we are unlikable. That is our soft power in the world. That is the fact that people want to emulate us. Now we are no longer a country that your country wants to emulate. Now we are no longer home of the free and the brave. It's the craven and the cowardly, the stingy and the miserly. It's a third world country with a Gucci belt on. It's the lack of health care. And it goes on and on, the stagnant wages. It's no longer cute. It's no longer cute. America mostly sells itself as an image, and once that image is tarnished, I don't know what it has left. Well, those were today's top stories from this bottom, but I'm going to see you soon for something.